Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Ronin's Den presents. Holy shit, that was loud. I didn't turn the Twitch down. Hey, I'm Steve. As always, I'm joined with my co-host Eric. He is playing Killian. We have our friends Joe, Howard, and Kara. They're playing Janus, John Doe, and Celine in that order. Kara, I believe you're going to recap last
Uh,
session for us.
got it all set. Absolutely. Last session, the old man, Crazy Joe, tells the group all about his visit to the floating citadel. He shows us a coin that can summon Breeze, the air elemental. And Killian reveals our mission to aid the elementals and convinces Joe to sell us that coin. Crazy Joe also tells us about strange wolf-like noises happening outside of town during full moons recently, and oh hey, tonight happens to be a full moon. Celine reveals that she can talk to animals, and Joe asks her to help his pet. She heals the lizard, and there is much rejoicing. Janus, meanwhile, storms off in disgust at the repeated use of the word aminals and has a chat with a cute kid. The party goes out of town that night hoping that the wolf like creature might be Roofdrak. And he is. We convince Roofdrak that we are friends by having Killian summon Strauss to vouch for us. Roofdrak offers to transport us straight to Grave, the Earth Elemental, or at least nearby. He also teaches Killian how to use that coin to summon Breeze more effectively using the Arcanum speech. And he tells Celine that her powers are derived directly from the moon and not from within herself, which links her directly to the prophecies about the moon. Yikes! After Janus makes sure that Adam and Steve will be cared for, we are transported to Grave. Killian gets us directly to his massive head, and we learn that the Celestial Bureaucracy is already here. They are trying to collapse Grave. Oh no! There are 3 groups of them performing rituals, and we must stop them. We managed to take out one group successfully, and that is where we stopped.
All right. You have successfully thwarted one of the 3 ritual attempts that are being used to try to take down this massive earth elemental. You have stopped this mage who has kind of fled the scene now as you turn and see this massive back of grave. There are 2 more rituals being performed somewhere. How do you find them?
The ritual site we're at currently, does it have any very obvious ritual things, candles, uh smoke, torches, incense, anything that we can use to identify where the others might be?
Um, where's my papers? I had papers. There. Okay.
He's part of the bureaucracy.
I am gonna let you roll a skill check or a check to try to figure out if you know anything about this ritual. I'm going to say that is definitely an insight, and then whatever you can justify the other one being.
Probably another insight, purely intelligence, perception,
Okay.
those things combined.
This is going to be a hard check. That is a 13.
Okay. Nope.
Oof.
Not even close.
It is a very ornately drawn ritual like circle.
Okay.
The best way I can describe it, it looks like computer code, but since there's no computers in this world, it just looks like arcane gibberish.
Like an alchemy circle from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes, very similar to that. But
Okay.
this is magics you have not seen or encountered before.
Oz has an idea. Um. But it's going to be doing something we haven't done before.
I mean, constantly done things we haven't done before.
All right. I can
Isn't
I
that
attempt.
don't
the
think
name
I've
of the
ever
game
been
of
on the
this
back.
group?
Huh?
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever been on the back of a giant rock turtle fighting cultists. So
Well, I can attempt
I'd
to.
like
Oh, sorry, go on.
I'd like to say that I haven't done this before, but apparently, when I thought I've never melted a water elemental, I have.
fair.
So, here's my idea. I want to use ritual entropism
Okay.
because you can use it for twisting flow of time, and I want to do a ritual that'll let me glimpse into the past to see where these guys were when they were in a group together, and then where they went after they split off. Kind of like past
Okay.
viewing the past.
Okay. All right, let's build this ritual up.
Okay.
I went to the ritual page. So
and
entropism.
I'm gonna drink my last potion, too, to get my magic back up because my magic is low.
Okay.
So I'm out of inventory points. It's so first step is yeah, area and potency.
Area and potency. So I assume.
I'm gonna say large
So
would be the area because grave is large.
Yes, I that's definitely it. All right, hold on. Let's go to the next page. Okay. Rituals. All right. So I'm going to say you're not trying to alter the past or move back. You're just trying to get a quick little glimpse. So I'm going to say that's a minor effect. But because you are covering such a large area, that is going to be a ×3 multiplier to that MP. So I don't know if you have enough MP to do
I'm short by 2.
that, which would be 60.
Yeah, I'm short by 2.
So if you were to go...
Can I spend some of my inventory points to give him another mana potion?
No. I mean, my cap is 58.
Does anybody else have ritualism of like a ritualism at all?
I have access, but I haven't taken the skill specifically yet.
You don't take ritualism stuff. You get access to it for if you have spellcasting class stuff.
Well,
You get access to ritualism, but you can't cast any specific. But what I will say here, what I'm gonna do, because I think it'll be interesting, is if you have no Fabula points, remember at the beginning of the session you gain a Fabula point. I'm going to say, Celine, if you spend a Fabula point, I'm gonna say that you can help Killian with the ritual because you do know about rituals and ritualism. You were in a temple to the moon for a very long time. So I'm gonna say that 60 MP mind points, you guys can split that however you want between the two of you. It could be a 55 and 5. It could be a 30 and 30. However you want. The check will be done by Killian because he's the one actually performing it, and it is only a difficulty level of 7. But if you spend that Fabula point, you can assist him and give him some MP to do that.
I will 100% spend a Fabula point for that. Absolutely.
I'll spend all 58, so I only need to take the 2.
Okay, are you sure? I have 73, so
We're
I'm
good.
happy to help.
No, we're good because we're gonna need you healing.
That's true. That's true. And I have a big note on my sheet. If Killian's in crisis, heal him as soon as possible.
Killian is in crisis. And I also want to use a Fabula point to invoke my background as the traveling researcher of the stars, if I can, because teleportation deals with time and space.
Okay.
If you'll go with that. Give me a
to get you the plus.
yeah. Oh no, never
It'll
mind.
give you the plus
That would only
one.
let me re-roll it because the bond is what
Okay,
gives me
yeah.
the pluses. My bad. All right. So this is an open check. Insight.
Actually,
plus
it's
willpower.
whatever your ritualism is.
Yep.
So
And I am looking for hopefully a 10 or 7. You said.
yep. All you need is
Inspiration
a
and
7
willpower.
for this.
Now
you can spend that fabula point.
That fabula point. And I'm gonna re-roll
Well,
my.
wait, did you say that Celine could provide a bonus or assist other than just the MP?
No.
Okay,
All
I
she
thought
can
that.
do
never mind.
is give. All she can do is split the MP with him.
My bad.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna re-roll my insight. Yeah, my insight. That's a D10. All you got to be is a 6 or better.
All right.
So 4 plus 4 is 8. What was the difficulty? A 7 or a 10?
It was a 7.
Okay.
So you do pass.
Yay.
You describe how this scrying into the past looks. Like how do you prepare this ritual? How does it look when you gaze into the past?
So I'm going to take out a pair of glasses, change out the glasses that I'm wearing for a different pair, and I'm just going to kind of like scan the area with them. And the glasses themselves are going to have some arcane runes on them, and I'm just going to talk in the same language for when I summon Arcanums and scan the area and hopefully see them through these glasses, using them as a scrying device.
Okay. You look into the past and you see them arriving, grave, unable to do anything. With unable to move, he's really just stationary. He watches as they spread. The one that you're at here, it seems like they have one that is right below his neck, which is the one you're currently at. And then the two almost creating like a triangle.
Okay. Is there one that's... No, they're probably going to be equidistant because they're forming a triangle.
Correct.
I'm going to put
What
the glasses...
Pythagorean theorem?
Yep, I'm going to put the glasses
Yeah.
away. And, all right, yeah, so here's the deal. We got the top of the triangle. They're spread out. The next one's going to be down over there, and the other one's going to be over there.
All right, let's hit one. Let's move. Hopefully, we've at least slowed down their ritual by taking out one of the circles, but chances are good they have a contingency.
You would know better than the rest of us, correct?
Possibly. I didn't really deal with the Arcanum that much. I
All
was
right,
more
so-
logistics, military logistics.
I do have it written down here. There are different enemies depending upon which route you choose. You can go to the left or to the right. It is your choices which way you four go.
I grew up
And
in
it
an
does
era...
matter.
I'm saying, I grew up in an era where you always go left first.
Sure. That works. John?
John has no opinion. I'll go with everybody else.
All right. You all proceed left. You go as fast as you can, booking it. And we are going to go to the mountain battle map. Which we have.
while-
We have no.
Wha-
What's up?
while he was doing the scrying and stuff, can I have used one of my things to heal? A potion? Using a
while you guys are moving, you can use potions, whatever you want to use. I know Killian is in crisis and out of MP, so if you guys have any extra IP inventory points, it might be good to spend some on him. I forget the amount it is for each of those things.
3.
Somebody...
Yeah.
3.
That's what I was trying to... It's 3?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have inventory points to spare, so if I can help you out at all, I will do that.
Let me use mine for him first.
Okay.
For one of them at least, because saving your inventory points for your spells, which arguably give you a better kick, might not be a bad move. So I'm gonna spend 3 to give Killian.
Why did that do that?
And how much do the potions heal?
50 of each.
50.
Yeah.
For some reason...
Yeah, I'll give you 4 a remedy for 50 hit points.
Okay. I am full on hit points.
Okay.
I don't...
Is anyone else at the battle map and it's not doing anything?
Which battle map?
It's a black square for me.
The mountain battle map?
What do you mean? It's not... Yeah, it was just added by Eric after the last session. I think it is not working right.
Yep. Okay,
I'm
here's
not
how you
seeing
fix that, Steve. Add the tokens to it.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Right click on them to the cog wheel.
Okay.
And you're gonna do settings.
Okay.
And you're gonna change the visibility.
Vision.
Vision, and just set it to like 500 or something.
Demolish that fog of war.
Of course. I'm sitting here.
I forgot to do this.
Crud.
Um,
I can't find it. We're just gonna go back to...
Hold on a second. Let me just back out. Hold on. Let me log out as Killian.
Okay.
Game Master 2.
Okay.
I set up a second Game Master account. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you came in so small either when I drug your guy over. So...
Always great when somebody logs in and goes, "Oh God."
Yeah.
It's exactly what I want to hear from my doctor while I'm laying on the table.
Oh, it's gonna be.
We're just gonna go to the tundra map, and then we can figure that out next week or between next session. So, boom.
There we go.
As you all approach, humanoids, we'll put her there. Well, technically a him, but still. And then we need not that one. Sorry. So,
Fixed it.
as the 4 of you... What? Oh, you fixed it?
Yeah.
All right, I guess we go back. Can everybody see their characters? No?
No.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah, they're still not visible.
We'll do it next time.
Okay.
Darkness is imprisoning
I'll
me.
work on it.
Back to the tundra. Okay, perfect. So, as you all, the 4 of you, come around or make your way, this is kind of this is the back of a mountain. It took you a while. I'd say it took you a good 15, 20 minutes. And you appear and you see these golden like tendrils starting to come out of this ritual circle as there is a mage there casting some form of ritual. Standing behind between you and the mage though is this human woman golden hair, bright green eyes, wearing these white, almost ceremonial armor. She turns as the four of you start to approach. At her side is this golden hound. Janus, you would know that these hounds are very 100% part of the Celestial Bureaucracy. They have been bred specifically to be pets to the bishops. This woman is clearly one of the bishops of the Celestial Bureaucracy. She must be in charge of this whole operation. This is a villain, a minor villain on the scene. All of you gain a fabula point.
Yas.
Yay, I get the one I spent back.
I believe that's when
What
you
that
get one,
means.
right? When a villain appears?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, when the villain
Mhm.
makes an entrance. As the four of you approach, she just kind of steps forward, pulling out her spear. This spear is very similar to the one that was wielded by the... God, I'm drawing a blank on her name
Minerva?
from the first... Minerva, that's
Minerva.
it. Jesus Christ, Steve. Very similar to Minerva's. However, instead of it being a dark-looking spear, this one is very much light, golden. As you approach, she looks at at the four of you. Uninvited guests. State your business.
We were actually asked by the host of this area, the house yo party crashing, to deal with some unwanted guests.
Oh, you mean the dying thing that we're putting out of its misery?
It's a bit quick to talk about being put out of their misery. I'll pull my sword.
Always with the soldiers. That'll be initiative, obviously. Weapons have been drawn. Hold on. Let me get these stat blocks up properly. Correctly. Bum, 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 boom. All right. Because she is a villain, she does go first. Christ on a crutch. Where's all my stuff? Jesus, Steve. You're better than this. Pardon me as I find my stat blocks that I wrote up on here somewhere. Yep, she goes first. Come on, fun. Get to that stat block, Steve. Do your job. Be a good game master.
You're doing great, man.
All right. She pulls out her staff, and she grabs it. She is an elite, and so is the hound with her, so they will get 2 turns in the initiative each, just as a friendly reminder. She grabs her staff, and she just stamps it into the ground as this burst of light comes forth. So that is going to be a D10 and a D8. This is a spell being cast at you, Janus. That is an 11. Does that hit your magic defense?
That matches my magic defense.
All right. That high roll was a 6 plus a 15. That is going to be 21 light damage, and you are dazed as this burst of holy light just beams out of her spear and slams into you. It is one of your guys' turns now.
I'm gonna go strike a lady. Going to laugh a little bit and strike at her with my sword.
Okay.
Does a 13 or 14 hit her defense?
Does a 14 hit her defense? It most certainly does.
I deal 17 slashing damage, and I use my agony skill. To recover 4 hit
Okay.
points.
Nice. 17. Just write that down. One of the things that is weird is as your blade, the sharpest petal, slices through her, you feel as if this holy aura encases you and draws into her. It is going to be her turn again. And she is looking at you, shaking her head. Of course. She raises her spear into the air and casts yet another spell. At this point, you see the hound with her. Its muscles, grow more firm. She is casting a spell. I do believe Awaken doesn't require a roll. Nope, it just happens. She has awakened something within her friend, the hound, with her, as it has grown stronger.
Is it our turn?
It is one of your turns. Yep.
I want to do a quick study action on her. Like the study action.
Okay.
And I learn nothing.
I'm going to use my trust in you. You can now. I spend a fabula point, and I'm actually going to spend my repentant enforcer point, my subversion point, in place of it. You get to re-roll to invoke a traitor bond to let them re-roll dice or improve the result of a check, and I'll let you re-roll dice.
Okay. Do I have to re-roll all of them based on that skill?
It just says to let them re-roll dice or improve the result of a check. I
Yeah,
think it's as though you were doing it yourself.
Yeah, we'll just re-roll the dice then. Hey, that's a 12. I do learn stuff. What do I learn?
You also recover 10. You also recover 10 MP.
Ooh, that's really helpful. Because I had none. 10. I have some. Did I take that spell? I did not take that
All right.
spell.
Remind me. Study lets you learn.
So on
do you
this
choose
one,
what you learn, or do I let or do?
It's dependent on the roll. So on a result of 10 plus, I learn that row, which in this case, what was my roll? 12. So I get the NPC's rank, species, maximum HP, maximum MP, and I'm studying her. Had that been a 13, I would learn more, and had that been a 16, I'd learn even more.
All right, so you learn all of that information?
Yes.
Okay, go through them one at a time.
Rank?
Rank. Elite. Yeah.
Species?
Human.
A max HP?
100.
And max MP?
That would be 50.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. That would be Killian's turn. That is now her pet's turn. And he is going to let out a roar as he charges at. That's going to be John. So that is his Dex and Might. +3 with his bite attack.
Oh,
Was that a
hit for
D20?
sure.
That was a D20. Ignore that roll. We are going to go with a D12, not a D20.
I was like, what?
That was scary for a second there.
Honestly,
All right,
not
that
so
is-
much better.
15. I assume that hits.
That hits.
All right, you are going to be taking 16 points of physical damage as this thing lunges forward and bites into you.
Is there anything specific about the damage?
It's physical.
It's just physical?
Yeah,
Perfect.
nothing special. Now it is Celine or John. Or Joe.
What was
Yeah,
the
John.
damage again?
16.
16. Okay. I'll go. Because it attacked me, so I'm not happy. No. Let me just fix my HP here. And I am going to go ahead and start with spending 10 mind points to do high speed. So I'm going to
Okay.
get 2. And I'm going to attack the first time
Okay.
against the dog that just attacked me.
So what does high speed do?
It allows me to take I can either attack twice or I can either attack twice or give it a debilitation if I have the ability to do that. Or so I spend 10 mind points. If you do one opponent choose one option and apply it before the first round. I get a free attack, or perform a hindrance, or I can do an objective option.
Okay. Future reference. This has to be done before we start fighting, but I'll let it
Okay.
go this time.
Okay. So the first one was a fail.
Okay.
Go ahead and but I get to go again. That would be like a 10 to hit, right? I get a couple points for my sword.
I'm not sure what your weapons are.
My weapon is a rapier. I get a +1. Sorry.
Okay. So that would be a 9, and you're attacking
9.
the puppy, right?
The puppy.
That is going to be a miss on a 9.
Okay.
The hound is up again. This time it is going to attack Janus.
Oh,
bring it.
Make sure I click the
Hurt me more.
D12, not the D20, because I just clicked the D20 again. That is a 15.
It absolutely does.
That is actually going to be a 21 points of damage.
Is it 41? So I'm at 20 now. All right. That
You're
hurt.
in crisis.
I am.
All right. That is Celine. You are up.
Okay, both Janus and John are injured. Janus is dazed. Killian, you looking okay, like health
I'm
wise
good.
right now?
I'm good.
Okay. And Janus tends to like to be in crisis.
Not this level, but
Not this level. Okay.
well, the point of me hitting crisis in some cases is if I don't have hatred towards the target, I can
You
get
already
hatred
hate
towards
them.
them.
I
I
love
already
it.
hate them.
Then I am gonna go ahead and yeah, I've learned my lesson about not healing. I'm gonna cast heal and target the both of you that are injured right now.
Okay.
So I'm spending 20 mind points, and you both heal 40. And with my most recent thing that I took, support magic, when you cast a spell that targets one or more allies, if you have an arcane weapon equipped, which I always do, you can choose one of them that you have a bond towards. And if you do that, the ally gains a bonus to the next check they perform, equal to the strength of your bond. So Janus, take a +2.
Nice.
I believe in you.
Aw, we're out here believing in each other
Yeah.
as a team.
Uh-huh.
All right. Is that everybody?
No.
Do we reset?
Yep, that is a reset. And that is going to be their turn. She is up again. She, I believe, has spent. She is going to once again slam her staff into, or her spear into the ground, shooting a beam of light out. This time it is targeting John. And that is a willpower insight. So D10, D8. Boom. That is an 11 versus your magical defense.
That hits.
All right. That is going to be 6 plus 15, 21 points of damage, and you are dazed as this beam slams into you. That'll be her turn.
I'll go ahead and do my strike real quick. First, I'm going to roll my strength die because I'm using Shadow Strike, or my might die.
Yep.
I take 4 damage.
What was that hit again?
It doesn't hit anything yet, but when I do my attack, it attacks their defense.
No, her hit.
Oh,
21.
Okay.
And it was light damage.
Okay, I'm weak against light.
Oh.
so it's what,
So
50% more?
42. If you're vulnerable, that doubles. Holy crap.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm in crisis.
Jeez.
Describe how light damage affects you, because this is like a brutal hit to you.
You see him like start to go, ah! And it like his skin starts to smoke a little bit, and like he doesn't look like he's okay. He's
the rest of you, Janus can swing, but the rest of you, you just see as her beam, like this smoke is starting to come off of him, you just see a slight smirk on her face.
I'm not having this. 14 or 15 to hit her.
That will hit.
I do 26 damage, and it's darkness, if it matters.
Darkness does not matter. Um. So the hound is going to use its protect ability and take that damage for her. So how much total was that?
26.
Right.
And he is considered for bureaucracy forces as well. Am I correct?
He sure is.
Okay. Then I
And he
recover
is
4 hit
also an
points.
elite.
4 magic points. Not that that matters, but
All right. So Janus is gone. She is up. She, with her sadistic grin that has come across her face, is going to lunge at one of you with her spear. And that is going to be Celine this time with her righteous spear. That is not that strong, but it will still be something. That is going to be an 8 against your defense.
Against my defense, my regular defense is a 9. Huh?
She
nice.
misses you.
Whew.
One of you may now go.
I'll shoot.
go.
Okay, go. Yes.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna shoot. So you got something better than that.
No, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna try and pop her. There's a 9 hit.
A 9 does not hit her.
Darn.
You're one off. They both have a defense of 10.
I'm going to use a fabula point with my trust in you to let you roll again.
Okay.
And you recover 10 MP.
Hey, but the 10 MP is nice.
Yeah.
So I believe that's three fabula points.
Yes, because one of my 2 that I've spent so far wasn't actually a fabula point.
Yeah. And I've spent the 1, so yeah.
Yep, still missed.
Okay.
1 less.
All right. At this point, the hound is up. And this time, it is going to be using a special technique against Janus. You see the hound's teeth glow with this holy energy as it lunges at you. There's a might willpower. So it's... No, dex willpower. My bad. That is a miss. It is not going to
Absolutely.
use its life theft ability.
Is that
It is going
that is not a fumble, correct? It has to be both ones for it to be a fumble.
Correct. It has to be, yep.
I just want to make sure.
Oh, sorry. That was an accident.
Oh, that's fine. So one of you is up again.
Oh, I need to move myself back.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I just want to heal again, so how about I do that? John, you're getting healed.
Thank you.
I think if my yeah, I'm keeping track. I'm good. Yep, I'm just targeting you, so I will spend the appropriate amount of MP on that. And you may also take a +1 to your next check from our bond from my spiritual support
Perfect.
magic here.
And how much did I get from that healing?
40.
Again? 40.
Yep. Move myself over. There I go.
All right. The Howler once again is going to attempt its life drain ability. This time it is on John. So Dex and Might rolling. Versus your magic defense.
It was a
Is your
yeah. It
What?
hit. It hit.
Okay. Thankfully that was not the greatest roll in the. It was okay. There's gonna be 22 dark damage.
I'm nope. Nothing.
What?
I'm
You're immune to dark damage?
I'm immune to dark damage.
Oh, nice. Then it gets no health back, and it will learn that it cannot bite you with this magical ability to drain life.
It's just so confused.
It just like it bites me, and I go, I see you, and like stare it down.
And you are up, John.
I'm kind of frustrated that like she hit me. Well, no that the beast hit, but I'm going to use first Blade Storm.
Okay.
So I get 2 attacks, correct? I believe
don't
that's what
know.
it says.
It might be multi-2. Multi-2 means you hit
Yeah.
two things.
You hit both.
Yeah, so you'll do one attack and hit both targets.
Okay. Then I'm not going to do Blade Storm right now.
That's the melee version of Barrage.
Okay.
Man, if I had Blade Storm, I would be using it so much.
We'll be using Barrage here in a minute.
Maybe it's a good thing you don't. Who
No,
are you
that
swinging
was-
at?
I was swinging at the dog.
Okay. That is going to hit him. So he is going to take 11 points more of damage.
Awesome.
All right.
And that was
I
all
believe
dark damage. That was all dark damage, if that matters.
It does not for these guys.
Okay.
That is round. Reset, everyone. She is using her first Ultima point to regain mind points. Technically, it is if she had any conditions, she would remove those and regain mind points, but she is regaining her mind points. And now she is going to use her blinding light ability once more.
That adds to our fabula points spent, correct, for XP purposes?
I believe it. You just get an experience per Ultima point she uses.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, for that purpose, it's like the same math. It's separate.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I was just curious
because
how you deal at this point.
Yeah, it's every Ultima point is one experience. Every Fabula point, it's divided by the number of players. So you need 4 Fabula points to get 1 experience. But we do round up, so you need 5 technically to get 2, 11 to get 3, etc., 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 etc. But yes, she is going to use her blinding light ability once more once I get back to her stat block, because I was looking up Fabula or Ultima points. And that is going to be an insight willpower, so 10 to 8 again. And that is a 13, and I did not declare who she was attacking. So that 13, Celine, 13 versus your magical defense.
Yes, that will hit.
All right, that is going to be a... Jesus, Steve, math. 24 points of light damage.
Okay.
As this beam, and you are dazed.
Got it. Ouch.
That is her turn.
This sucks.
24.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my strike. I'm gonna use Shadow Strike again. Rolling my might and dice first. I take 2 damage. Make my attack. I'm targeting her again.
Okay.
That probably won't hit. So, you know what? I'm going to invoke my...
A 6 definitely
going-
gonna hit.
Yeah. I'm going to invoke for my last attack. Or for my attack. Dang it. Doubt a 7 is going to either.
Nope. They are both a solid 10. You miss her. As you swing and you miss her, she just like carefully sidesteps your blade and she just smirks as she's looking at it. Do I know you? And now she is going to take her second turn. She is going to hit Killian for the first time this fight.
Yay.
That's a D10 and a D8. She is hitting you with her blinding light blast. And that is a 15 versus magical. I assume that hits.
That's going to hit. I have close. Yeah,
that
12.
That is 23 points of light damage, and you are dazed.
Dazed. 23, you said? 20. Boop. I'm in crisis.
It's like you guys are the crisis committee.
Yep.
But hey,
Sad
we're
part
all
is
same
this
on
is
the
the-
days.
Sad part is this isn't even supposed to be that hard of a fight. They're lower level than you guys, and they're just elites. But man, one of you is up.
I can heal or I can cleanse 3 of us of this dazed condition. Anybody got a preference?
Go for it. Whatever makes you feel good.
Well, I'm gonna cleanse. I'm gonna get the dazed off of everyone but me.
I'm going to throw this out there.
Yeah.
Remove it from yourself instead of me.
Okay.
Daze does impact my magical defense, but it doesn't impact literally anything else for me.
Fair enough, and I definitely do use my insight. So, all right.
Yeah.
Yes. All of us except Janus can then remove dazed.
Okay.
And
Very, very nice.
moonbeam magic swirls around each of you. Here you go.
All right.
Bye.
Good job, Celine. This Houndo, once again, is going to use... oh, shit. What was I doing? He is going to be using his bite. He is not going to be attacking John. Even if this rolls a 3, I will just re-roll. He is going to attack Janus.
Bring it
with
on!
his life drain bite. 9 versus magical defense.
That hits.
That is going to be a 20 dark damage. And he is going to regain a portion of that back. As he bites you, it almost feels vampiric. Like as your health goes down, you feel yourself get weaker as you just see some of his wounds start to close up.
I'm going to spit at the wolf. You people can't do anything but take from others.
All right. John or Killian, one of you is up.
I did first last time. Your turn.
I'll go. I want to go ahead and slash at her again.
Okay. That one definitely will.
It's an 11. And so 7 was the high. Plus, what do I get for that?
It says 13 here, so unless you have
Oh yeah,
something that modifies that, it tells us.
it's
In the roll.
yeah, it would be 13 because she doesn't have any debilitations right now. But
No.
maybe what I'm gonna do right now. No, I'm gonna go ahead and go with this. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a debilitation. I'm gonna give her weakened by using Bone Crusher.
All right, weaken. She is
Yeah, so
weakened.
I'm gonna cross blades with her, and then go ahead and kick her in the knee to weaken her. Because John doesn't fight fair. There is no fair fights. There is you survive or you die.
There she goes. She has weak on her for the moment.
And that will be the end of my turn.
All right, John is done. The Howler will take its last turn. This time it is just going to use its the Hound, I mean, not the Howler. The base is a Howler, but this is a different one. It's just going to use its basic attack now, which is Dex plus Might. That is going to be a 12, and I didn't roll who it was attacking again, like a dummy. Celine,
Oof.
12 for defense.
Yeah, that hits.
This is only going to be an 18 points of damage.
Are you
No,
down?
you're down?
Down.
Oh, no.
Should have healed.
Oof.
Dang.
Oof.
Ooh, this is not good.
I surrender.
I will make you visible again when that's done. She is done. Killian, you're up.
All right. Got 20 magic points. I'm gonna go ahead and do the only thing I think will work well in this situation. I am going to cast Umbra on the two of them.
Okay.
Oh, double clicked.
Oh, gosh. What happened? Oh.
Can we throw a fresh one?
No. Pick which one of those you want to use.
We're gonna go with the bottom.
The bottom. They both have are taking 22 from that.
Because their defenses, you said, were 10 each, so it doesn't really matter.
That was their physical defenses.
Oh.
So
Well, good guess.
their magical defenses are both 10 as well. So.
Boop.
All right. You are whittling them down a little bit, but we reset.
Oh, God.
Is there any way to bring someone back after they've been knocked out?
I think there's a Spiritus spell.
There is, and I don't have
Okay.
it yet, and I don't know that I can use it on myself anyway. I might, but I don't have it yet.
So for Celine, you you gain 2 Fabula points for being knocked down. Which I don't think we've been doing when people get knocked down. I just read that a minute ago. So I believe we have. I'll look up more on going down because I know there's some kind of mechanics with it, but we'll figure that out when we're done. Her turn. She's going to use her second Fabula point or Ultima point. She's going to remove all of her conditions and regain 50 MP, which puts her back to full MP. With that, she is going to use her blinding light ability on Killian.
Mm-hmm.
And her blinding light ability. What did I roll with that again? That is going to be insight and willpower, which is those two. Kabloomy. Oof. 10.
No, my magic defense is 12.
Ooh.
Nice.
She misses you with the blinding light ability.
Ooh.
I'll go ahead and go to strike at her. I'm gonna use Shadow Strike because we did reset
Okay.
just now, right? We're in a new round.
Yes.
Okay.
John didn't move forward, but
Alright.
I got him.
Ooh, 8.
Ooh,
Take 8 damage.
big money, no whammies.
Don't miss because this puts me in crisis now. All right.
That adds you add that much to your attack, right?
Technically, no. I add that to my damage. 13
That's
to
what
hit
I
her
meant.
physical defense.
That was a 6 and a 6,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Because if it does, that's a critical.
Yeah, that is a critical.
So
Okay.
I rolled 8.
Um,
So the total base damage is 27.
27. Sheesh. Yeah, the hound is gonna take that. Again.
And what does critical do?
I will get there in 1 second. Let me mark this health down.
Don't you
Can-
get
I
a
can look.
debilitation?
You get to inflict an opportunity.
You get an opportunity. So you can give advantage, which is a +4 to an ally's next attack. You can give them an affliction, which is dazed, shaken, slow, or weakened. You can create a bond towards someone or something, or add an emotion to one of your existing bonds. Choose a creature present on the scene. They must make a compromising statement chosen by the person who controls them. Your actions earn someone's support or admiration, which is favor. Information, you spot a useful clue or detail. The GM may tell you what it is or ask you to introduce that detail yourself. You can destroy an item of theirs, a lost item. An item is destroyed, lost, stolen, or left behind. Progress, you can fill 2 sections of a clock. Plot twist, someone or something of your choice suddenly appears on the scene. Scan, you discover one vulnerability or one trait of the creature you can see. Unmask, you learn the goals and motivations of the creature of your choice.
Can I, as the plot twist, bring Salim back? If not, that's fine. It's just that was the first thought I had.
Good question.
Nothing.
So, all right. We're. Huh.
I have a
That would
backup
be
if no.
interesting.
Don't worry.
I'll be honest. There's
I'm
nothing
gonna
that explicitly says yes or no in the book.
Yeah, that's entirely up to me. So, I'm gonna say Celine. The plot twist is Celine wakes up. Celine, you are in crisis. Whatever your crisis amount is, that's what it is. Whatever your MP total is,
Mhm.
if you are more than half of your total MP, go to half. So,
I'm under. So.
all right, then you'll stay where you are. But if you were above half, you would drop to half. And you do not come back into the fight until next round.
Fine.
So it'll be as if you went already. But that's what we'll say the plot twist is, if that's what Janus wants to do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I like it.
There we go. Now that's a plot twist.
Nice.
And then
All right.
finally, after striking the wolf, my agony procs and I recover 4 hit points and mind points.
Nice. Perfect. So that would be her turn again. And she is, I believe, at, that amount. She is going to do her blinding light ability again. This time it is going to be at John. Oof.
No.
That's the bad one. That's the bad one. So D10 plus D8. That is an 8 versus your magic defense.
It misses. And
Ooh.
and because it is an even attack, I get cheap shot. So I get to make a counter attack on them.
Even better.
Yes.
That's a rogue function, right?
Yep. Oh, come on. Oh.
All right, go ahead.
9 plus 1, 10.
All right, you hit her for 14. Do you deal your full damage on that strike?
Because of the cheap shot?
Yeah.
Let me look.
Are you sure that's not something else? Because that's not cheap shot.
Or is it? No, it's not cheap shot. It's counter attack.
Is that what's that one under? Warrior?
Warrior. Check.
Or weapon
If
master?
it's an even number, you may perform a free attack against the enemy after the attack has been fully resolved.
found it.
This attack must be a melee attack and must have that enemy as its only target. Treat the high roll HR as 0 when calculating damage dealt by this attack.
All right, so you'd just be dealing 6 then.
6.
So
It's still 6 points of damage, and I didn't have to do anything to do it.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Killian or John?
I went last time.
All right, I'll throw mine. Pistol shot at her. No.
Oof. Got any fabula points to spend?
I do, but I don't have any valid reason for spending them.
Okay. Janus, do you have any to give him a reroll?
I am out of all of my fabulous.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
What do I have?
I lost track of how many fabula points were spent, so hopefully someone was keeping track.
I know how much I've spent. We can coordinate with that, I think.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. I'm keeping track of the Ultima points spent, so we'll have that.
Can I use my admiration for him to have him reroll something?
No, it has to be him. So Killian is done. Yeah, the Hound is gonna strike.
Me.
It is out of MP. Nope, it's gonna be Killian. So it is just its basic bite because it is out of MP to do the life drain. It could only do it a set amount of times, and that times is past. The dex is a D12. The might is a D8. Killian is a 14.
Oh yeah, that's max.
And that's going to be 17 points of damage.
17. I'm still up though.
Woo!
Barely.
John, you are up.
I'm going to attack the dog. Oh. Oh, wait. Ugh.
Ugh.
Nope.
These dice.
Yep.
That was a nope. Oh, that is definitely a nope. The dice hate you guys today. All right.
Hey.
Killian, the wolf is striking at you again.
If it's 9 or higher, I'm down.
Ooh,
It's definitely
You're down. You're definitely down. Gain 2 fabula points.
This is a rough one.
This is a rough fight. So new round.
If you guys are okay with it, I would like to heal the 2 people who are in crisis right now first.
I think she goes first, though.
Go.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
she goes first.
After her.
I forgot about. My bad. I should have said that. I total lost there. Killian, or not Killian, John. She is hitting you with her light beam attack.
God.
Dang it!
That is
Double damage.
Oh God, I think you're down. That's 46.
I'm not down.
Oh, he's up, but that was 46 in a
Just
striking.
barely.
That is her first turn. As that light beam hits John, what are you at, by the way? He freeze?
I am at 5.
So as you are blasted, this like the smoke burning off of him again as this light is just ripping him apart, she just shakes her head and goes, "You've made a dour enemy today. I pity you all. Go ahead, Celine. I'm sure you want to go and heal."
I can only heal 2, and I'm going to heal the 2 of them.
Oof.
You 2 gain 40 back.
I was gonna say I can hold off a little longer. She doesn't hurt me as bad as she hurts him, and we need you up for healing. So
You do more damage than I do. Take her down,
I
man.
heal a little bit each time I do stuff.
Fine. Not gonna argue this.
But now she's out of MP though, so that's the.
Do we really know that?
Yeah. Oof.
But okay, I won't argue with you.
That's a great picture. The sun, it burns. All right. Celine. She's used. She's used that 2 more times. So -10. -10. She is running low on MP. But that's okay. She has more Ultimas, maybe. She is going to do her beamy blast again at Janus.
Bring it. Bring it. Oh, yeah, it hits.
11 versus your magical. All right. That is going to be 22 points of damagios.
I'm still up, baby.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Who is up next?
I'm gonna strike at her. We're not gonna do Darkblade this time.
That will hit.
11 to hit her for 18 damage.
The Hound is going to take that.
And I recover another 4 hit points. And that's me. That's your boy.
This Hound is so close to being dead. The Hound is going to hit with a 13 against
Again.
Celine.
Against John.
Did me throwing that other die bump that one die? Because it was clearly a 13, and now it says
You got
15.
Because it has a miscellaneous +2 for some reason.
Oh, that's right, because they do have a +2. Shit. That's my bad. So that is going to be a 20 on Celine.
20 damage.
You're alive, right?
I'm alive.
Okay.
Back in crisis.
John, you with your minimal health. Well, you were healed. You're okay.
I'm healed. I'm gonna go ahead and attack the dog because it's looking hurt.
Oh, it is bleeding and oof. Oh, hey, your +1 got it.
Oh, nice.
Woo.
Your 13 definitely did the 6 it needed to be dead.
Fine.
That'll be new round. As the Hound dies, she looks over at it and looks back directly at you, John. How dare you? She is attacking
Gestures to
you.
our friends that are our friend that's fallen.
She doesn't even blink at that. She's looking right at John, and you killed her dog.
John Wicket.
14 to hit versus magical, and that is
Yes.
23. So once again, 46
46.
points of damage.
And I'm down.
Oh no.
I was
Gain
at
your
45.
Yikes.
All right. I'm gonna strike her.
She's yeah, go ahead and strike her.
10 to hit. 16 damage.
Okay. 16. For those of you who know Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition, she is bloodied.
Mm-hmm.
That's promising.
Yeah.
You guys missed a lot. This
Oh my
fight
God,
did
yes.
not go your way.
Well, and
She
then
keeps hitting me.
the amount that like of times that we hit her or would have hit her really hard, her dog took the hit.
Yep.
Yeah. But he was also a big threat. So, Janus, that was your hit. She is going again. Evens are going to be Janus. Odds are going to be Celine. Janus.
This is not promising, but bring it.
She is blasting you with her holy light again.
Yes! Miss!
Woohoo!
She is going to spend a fabula or an ultima point. She is going to invoke one of her traits. She is going to invoke her determination trait. She is determined for this ritual to succeed and re-roll.
Yeah,
13.
that's going to do it.
I feel evil doing that. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
I feel so
Don't pretend.
I'm sorry. I feel bad.
Ah.
That is going to be 22 points of damage.
I'm down.
Oh,
Oof. Celine, you and her are the only two left.
I have no mana. I have no mind points. I don't have enough to cast a spell. So it's either smack her or down a potion for my action and hope I survive.
Wait.
I'm a smacker.
Hold on.
Hold on.
You could also invoke a fabula point to add a story element.
Oh, right. I forget that. Okay.
Ooh. A fabulous point to add a story element. But what type of story element is going to help here?
Huh. I'm wondering. That's a great idea. I really like that. Would it be possible to say something like in all the back and forth of this battle that something environmental has been disturbed? There's some kind of like rock slide that just distracts her for long enough for me to down my potion. Something like that.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
I am not familiar with that section of the rules, so please tell me what things are not possible, because I don't know.
Altering the story. Just carry location, alter direction.
To spend a fabula point, just need to figure out how to do it.
I'm gonna refer you to page 68 or not 98. The other 6. Yep, 98. Which does altering the stories.
Ooh, pretty.
I think right now, let's take a 5-minute break to give Kara a minute to study.
Thank you.
And then when we come back, we'll see what happens.
Yay.
Eric, do we have a be right back page? For the
I will throw one up real quick. Okay, we're back.
Hi, everyone. We took a quick 5-minute breather to give Kara a chance to review the rules of spending a Fabula point to add a story element, because this is something we have yet to do in this game, and it is one of the interesting mechanics of Fabula Ultima. Your Fabula points can do certain things. So, Kara, Celine, what did you come up with? What are you pitching to me?
I am pitching that I would like to say that we have, since we already disrupted one set or one location of the ritual completely, and we've been fighting in this one, that has had the effect that Grave is able to do a little shifting and moving, and in doing so, that brings down a rock slide in our general area.
Interesting. I will say I like it. So, considering it is your turn currently, I'm going to say you are panicking. You are out of mana. She looks like she is still kicking pretty well. She has this satisfied, sadistic smile on her face. You hear a voice in your head. I'll aid as best I can. As you feel this slight, almost like someone who's uncomfortable in bed, just kind of like shifting, as all of a sudden some of the rocks from the mountain above roll down, distracting her long enough for you to use a potion before your turn. I don't know if this will save you, but it will definitely help you.
It's better than nothing. How much does a potion fill again?
50.
I believe it's 50.
Yeah, 50.
Okay. That's great.
It's 50.
All right. Then I have more than enough to go for Luke's. Let's light her up.
All right. Her magical defense is a 10.
Okay, let me roll. That is those two. And for whatever reason, I just need to do that. Clicking things and roll.
You hit her.
Okay.
What's the
Oh, yeah.
damage on Lux?
It is the high roll and something. Hold on. I don't know why it's not letting me click it. High roll plus 15.
24. Because
Okay.
you got a 9 on your high roll.
Yep.
24. Dang. You slammed her. It is the new round. She starts.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she gets 2 turns each round, so
Yep.
we'll see how this goes, because what is your health currently?
Not great.
Hers is not great. So it is a battle. As you blast her with Lux, and she just kind of looks down at her spear, looks up at you, and goes, "You would make a great acolyte." As she slams well, nope, she's out of MP, so she's gonna use her last. Nope, she has. This will be her 4th Ultima point out of 5 to gain her MP back. She is going to blast you with the holy light of her spear.
Oh,
And that's
whoa!
Or not.
all right. Yeah, she's not using
Yes.
that last Ultima point. She needs it for other reasons. So go ahead, Celine.
Mm-hmm. Celine doesn't even say anything. She just plants her staff in the ground with determination and blasts away one more time. Why will it not? It used to roll automatically for me. It is not anymore. That's okay. We will go manual again. Where are you? Check. Insight, willpower, roll. Do goods. No, that's not good.
No.
Oh no.
But you got points.
No.
You gonna use one?
Fabulous point. Yep.
Oh.
Fabulous
Oh
point.
no.
The
Okay,
hope
what
is here.
trait are you invoking?
Hope all the way.
Oh.
I'm the last one left. I have to have
That's such a
hope.
good
I've got
trait to
nothing.
have.
Yeah.
That's like an always applicable one.
Oops, that didn't work. Yeah, so I have spent another fabulous point. Yes, I want to do that. Thank you so much. Okay, those were both bad. I'm pretty sure. I think we just
Yeah, there was a
both.
3 and a 1.
Yeah, we just re-rolled it, the both of them, and try again. Come on.
You hit.
10.
Does a 10 hit her magic defense?
Yes.
A 10 hits her magic defense.
So that's 20
What is
light damage.
So Celine, explain to me how this drops her last 15 health.
Oh man. I mean, Celine's in
Like,
rough
what
shape.
does your
Everyone's in rough
spell,
shape.
what does Lux actually look like?
You know, it's a light attack, but now that I know that her power is coming from the moon, it's like a full-on like moon beam going out of the crystal in the staff. She uses it to focus her powers, so that's how I've been picturing it in my head anyway. Just
Okay.
I'm giving it
Uh,
almost a slightly dimmer cast in my head, just because moonbeam versus sunlight.
All right. This beam slams into her. She slides a few feet back, dropping to one knee, holding her spear tightly as she's like stabilizing herself. She just pants a couple times, just this. You would be an excellent apprentice. We will meet again, as she spends her last Ultima point as a portal appears behind her, and she just rolls back into it as it closes. The mage that was casting the ritual stops, turns and looks at you, and just runs. And that is the end of that combat. Bishop Val has been defeated. 2 out of the 3 ritual spots have been stopped. You notice that you could see these tendrils starting to come out of this one. They sink back into the ground, looking off into the direction of where you believe the next ritual would have been. You see those same tendrils sink back down.
Guys, we don't have time for naps. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
The 3 of you wake up with Celine kind of helping. You see the dead hound. You see the bishop is missing. And Celine is standing tall. Very injured, but tall.
When we wake up, are we just at crisis?
Yes.
Okay.
So what do the four of you do?
We need to get to the other one and.
Yeah.
I hope there's not another
We
one
need-
of those over there.
I know.
Another one of those.
I got 3 inventory points to give people mana, someone mana. We need to patch up as best as possible and get back in the fight. I think if we can, we need to make sure that Killian and Celine have as much mana as possible, and we need to heal up, and that should be our tactic to move in.
I've been on death's door before. It doesn't call
Yeah, but
me.
that's not. This is not. We should not be frequent visitors. Okay, we're not invited.
It's not like we have like a frequency card. We don't get like something free. This is not okay.
No punch cards here. So I'm gonna generate a potion to give Celine her last a boost to her mana.
Actually,
Or actually, you already recovered some mana, correct?
I recovered some.
Okay.
There we go. I'm looking up the inventory points thing just to make sure I'm doing this right.
It's 3 per. I think it's elixirs to do
Yeah, they're 3.
mana.
Okay. I spent one too many
What?
last time, so that's good to know. Okay. do. With the amount I have left, I can heal 3 of us before I have to do another mana potion. So,
All right. Well,
who's
do
bad?
I guess do that first. Give a mana. I'll give you a mana potion after that.
Okay. What 3 am I healing?
Any of us. I 34 is my crisis point. So I don't know. Do I have more HP than y'all or?
Yeah, like 38 is my max.
30. Yeah, 50. 26 is my crisis.
Okay.
All right. So y'all heal up first, and then we'll do the
Okay.
potion, and then we'll go from there.
So everyone but Janus had the 40. And I
Alright.
yeah. And that leaves me at 6 mind points, so I'm gonna have to re-up.
Well, that's why
Okay.
that's why I was going to give you a mana potion.
Okay. Then if I'll heal you too, because it's only 10 to do just one
Okay.
person. So there you go.
That's fine.
And he said 40?
Then I'm.
Yep.
I full.
How are?
All right.
You're at full. How are you for mind points though, Killian?
0. I am tapped.
I've got 3 more inventory points. We can get 1 more of the mind potion things.
It's whatever y'all want to do. I'm tapped on mana potions myself, or I'm tapped on inventory points now.
I think I just double hit that.
I'm down to 2. So I don't think I can do anything with 2.
Yeah.
You can do a tonic to recover a status effect. Do we lose the status effects we had, like dazed?
Yeah, that's till the end of the scene. So
Okay.
you are no longer
That's good.
dazed.
I was gonna say because I have
Nice.
something for that too, but if they go away on their own, that's better. There we go.
Oh, I'm ready when y'all are.
I'm ready.
All right.
Okay.
The 4 of you fly as quickly as you can across to the 3rd ritual site. As you come over one of the rock like extrusions of grave, before you is another one of those circles. No soldiers, just the ritual circle. In the center of the circle is those tendrils that I described before, clinging into a mage that is hovered over the middle of the ritual circle.
And they're light looking, right?
Yes. It appears that this ritual is activating. It is sucking the energy out of this mage as the circle is beginning to glow.
We need to deal with the mage. No energy, no ritual.
Mm-hmm.
If I try to strike one of the tendrils, does that seem to do anything to it?
Give it a whirl.
That is a 15 to hit a tendril for 18 damage.
The tendril dissipates, but another one quickly comes out and latches on to the mage. It appears that the mage is dead. You guys will need to come up with ways to interrupt this ritual that has begun. We're going to start a clock. It is 6 sections.
Can you put the tokens back on the screen?
Potentially.
I'm still grayed out.
Janus, was that dark damage too?
No.
No. I saw what you did, that you did physical damage, and I want to go ahead and try to hit it again because they seem to be light. But my attacks are all dark damage.
Okay.
I want to see if it affects it differently. Roll for it.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. There we go.
A good hit.
Once again, you smack this tendril. This time it reacts a little differently, but another one still just replaces. It's clear that this is not something that you can might your way through. Like I said, you need to find a way to stop this ritual, whether through magic or clever thinking or something. As I said, we have a 6. What?
But the dark damage seemed to do something to it.
It seemed to react differently, but it didn't. It's not clear what it did.
Okay.
Like him, when he hit it, it just burst. This one kind of had like a static or a jitter to it. So I will let the 4 of you talk this through. Ultimately, it's going to come down to checks of some sort. And whatever fills quicker, the failures or the successes, will determine the outcome.
The only thing I can think of is by like disrupting the circle
Right.
itself. Then
That's what I was thinking. Physically disrupt the.
like wipe away, cut out chunks of the circle.
Wipe away the blood that was spelled out on the walls of the crazy person
or on
that was
the ground.
I get the reference. All right. All right. We will go in initiative order for the 4 of you. Whoever wants to go first. Ultimately, the mage in there is going to be making checks as well to fill up the clock in its way. So this is not a combat encounter, but there is going to be
like turn.
It is more the circle itself is going to be taking turns to try to siphon the magical energy from this mage. So whoever wants to go first and describe what you're doing and what kind of check you're making.
I
think no matter what, one of your rolls will be a willpower. no matter what type of check you make, because it is your will versus this circle's will.
I'm gonna try and take the sheath of my sword and try and dig into the ritual and just kind of like shovel out. Not really shovel, but like, you know, when you push a stick hard enough into the ground, it just pushes the ground around really hard.
Yeah.
To where the circle is, and try and just disrupt the lines, the writing, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Give it a
So,
whirl. Would that'd be, like I said, willpower, and then
and
whatever you think
I'll
fits
do
there.
might for my other one.
That works.
8.
You are gonna need 10s for this circle, so that is 1 failure.
Did my action
I changed
count
my
as
for hitting it.
no,
No.
for okay, so I'm still in initiative order.
Yeah. That is going to be the first failure. I changed my mind. The circle isn't going to take a turn. It's going to be based on your guys' successes and failures. Whether or not you disrupt it in time or not, after thinking about it, I don't like what I originally said. So I'm retconning that. So whoever is next, whoever has an idea.
I want to see if I can gain some kind of insight into what is going on or what this is. Like if I can like search back in my mind whether, especially because maybe I have ties to this organization or something, whether any of this is sparking anything.
Okay.
So will it
isn't
be?
that?
I could do a flash of insight, but I have to roll above a 13 to get the flash of insight. I still get information otherwise, but yeah. Flash of insight is when I do an insight check and I roll above a 13.
Okay. If you're not doing flash of insight, you're not gonna recognize anything about this ritual. So that you can determine that how you want.
Well, I do an insight check and then I have to hit above a 13. So
yeah.
Okay. So I have to hit that. No.
You know nothing about this ritual and what it is doing. I'm not going to mark a failure there because you didn't actually do anything to interact with the ritual. That was just you thinking back in your mind. So that'll be Killian or Celine.
Go on.
I'm still thinking, but
Yeah.
if you have an idea.
I kind of don't. But hey, screw it. I just need to mess this thing up a little bit, right? Hey, my gun shoots cold now. Does cold damage. So I'm gonna try lighten the area up a bit. See if that has any effect.
So what are you trying to do?
We just
exactly.
We just need to like disrupt this area, right? Like mess up the circle.
You have to. So it's a clock, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out how to disrupt the circle.
Mm-hmm.
The number is a 10, so you just want to start like shooting the circle.
Well, I mean, my gun does cold damage now from the elemental thing that I got from Strauss.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe the magic might have a bit of a disruptive factor.
Go ahead and shoot the circle.
Earth magic.
You
water...
need a 10.
Yeah, it's like I'm shooting earth with water magic. I mean, maybe.
All right.
I don't know.
It's what carved the Grand Canyon, right?
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see. Well, it really depends on the roll. Hey, a 10. Surprisingly, shooting it, the circle seems to react almost like it is lashing out. That is 1 success.
like Guess that ice magic had something good in there.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound weird, so please just tell me if this is totally stupid. But what if I used my barrier spell and tried to cut off the mage's body from being able to be accessed, like to protect his, you know what I mean? To try and disrupt it from being able to draw from him.
That sounds like a good idea. Go ahead.
It says I can target. I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna cast barrier on him.
So normally barrier will just go off, right? It
Yeah,
doesn't require a roll.
Right.
I'm gonna say with this one, it is going to require a roll.
Yep.
So I will need your magic check.
All right, that is an insight and a willpower.
Target is a 10.
Insight, willpower, go. Okay.
Oh,
Oof.
Nice.
All right, that is a second success. You have a barrier. These tendrils are seemingly cut off for a second, and now they're just like fighting against your barrier instead of like latching onto the mage. So that is going to mark a check. We will reset the four of you. Since this is a new round, we are one step closer to the ritual being successful.
all right.
So it is 2 and 2 at the moment.
Oh, that's stressful.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be stressful. It's a clock.
I'm going to attempt to similarly strike at the ritual circle itself with my sword, but I'm going to channel Shadow Strike into it, hoping the energy does something to the ritual as well.
Okay.
So I'll do my HP first, even though, we're in the cinematic side of things.
Yeah.
And then I'll do, I guess, might and willpower.
All right.
13,
Yeah,
baby.
you smack the circle with your dark energy, and you see some cracks starting to appear all through like there's magical energy radiating out of this circle, and you start to see cracks starting to form. Who is next?
So we're at 3 successes and technically only 1 failure, right? Because Howard's failure
failures.
was just for his insight thing.
Yeah, but at the round, I gave it another failure. So each round, the clock is going to tick, but you guys also, when you fail, will tick it forward. So it's like a increasing clock.
Got it.
Well, what I did worked last time, so I'm going to try doing that again.
Oh! Yes!
I assume you want to click 2 boxes
Yeah.
with that crit?
Yeah.
Jeez. Wait. Is that a critical? No.
No. It's just an 8 and a
Why?
10.
They
Never
have to
mind.
be the same.
Have to be the same.
Yep, sorry. I saw the anvils and got excited, but no,
Yeah.
it's an 8 and a 10. You need the
But it's
same
still-
number for a critical. It's still a success. The circle seems to be agitated, like very agitated. It is starting to you're seeing magical energy sparking out of it as these tendrils are growing more erratic as they're squeezing that barrier. You see little tendrils starting to break through the barrier to get back to the mage. I believe that would be Celine or John.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at these cracks, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to hit one of the cracks.
Okay.
+1 is 10.
All right. You are
And
one
that's
step
all-
away from disrupting it.
And that's all dark damage, too. Because it seemed like that did something a little more last time.
At this point, it feels like the ritual circle is on the verge of collapse. Celine, you are up. There's one spot to fill.
Yep. I mean, yeah. Just seeing everybody wailing on the circle, I will attempt to direct my light energy into one of the cracks as well. Try to get it the rest of the way shattered.
Okay.
And I will make that roll. Go. Oh, jeez. No.
Well, but
Major
it's
no.
double.
Oh, that's a fumble. Oh.
Yep. Light against light. Probably not a good idea. Whoops.
Wow.
At least you get a fabulous point.
You do. As you use Lux, right?
Yeah.
You burst this light energy. You notice that the cracks start to reform. The tendrils get ever thicker.
Oh, shoot.
Your barrier shatters as the tendrils latch onto the mage that is round. So you are currently at 5 and 5.
Oh my god.
If one of you fails, it's over. So whoever does the next roll determines if the ritual succeeds or the ritual fails. So who is doing it?
I can boost somebody with my orator skill. I can give you a higher dice to roll.
I was going to say either that or someone that actually has a fabulous point needs to go. That way they can potentially try and re-roll if something goes
a fumble
awry.
Can't be re-rolled is the only thing with hers.
That's true. Absolutely. But
I use my last
I don't
roll,
have
I think.
I don't. My dice are low, like low numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
So rolling my
Celine
dice
is the only one with fabulous points, isn't she?
No, I got a bunch of
I have fabulous points.
No, but
yeah, I'm the only one without them.
Okay.
Celine, the thing that boosts stats, does that can you boost my willpower with that?
Yep, it's orator, so I can I can choose any one of them for you to bump up a dice higher.
Because that would put me at 2d10.
Okay.
That's higher than me.
Yeah, I can do that. If you will allow collaboration on this, yes.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Do I just click the willpower up?
Yep.
Yeah. Just remember to put it back when you're done.
I will. All right. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to scream as I do Shadow Strike to empower my blade with dark energy. And then I'm going to... Oh, that's good.
There we go.
All right. As you bring the sharpest petal, slamming it onto this circle, there is a burst of energy as these tendrils, if they could shriek, they would be shrieking as they're flailing around. The mage in the center drops onto the ground and falls forward. The tendrils sink back into the ground, and the very earth of grave, or like this is on the back of grave, you just see the ground go as the ritual stops. The mage in the center of the circle almost looks as if they are mummified.
Sorry.
I'm gonna fall back on the ground, just on my back. It's like,
As that happens, it is right at the cusp of nighttime. The sun is going down. There seems to be a light breeze in the air. You have stopped the ritual and saved Grave.
How we are barely holding on here.
But we did it.
Oh god, that was too close.
I'm just gonna flop on the
We
ground.
have to
go-
find a way to just.
The grave has called me once and spit me back out. I don't know he would do it again.
We have to find a way to get ahead of them.
Can they get to wind?
Who knows?
We know how to get there.
For now,
We need rest.
and we need to talk to Grave and see what we can do to help empower him.
Yes.
The water elemental had something that people used to do. Is there a town nearby, maybe for Grave, that something used to happen?
Just ask Grave. We're
find out.
here.
Yeah.
The four of you make your way back to the head of this massive turtle. You notice that as you approach, Grave appears to be sleeping. But as your steps grow closer, his eyes open. The turtle head made of stone rises. Thank you. They were itchy on my back.
They were aiming to do worse than just be itchy.
They wanted me to be destroyed, and you stopped it. Thank you.
Is there anything we can do to help empower you? We did the same for Strauss.
I don't know. I'm old. I need to be free of this mountain. I'm kind of stuck. If I could not be here and somewhere less confining, I could probably move again. But I've been laying here for so long, I'm kind of trapped.
Well, what if you gave me one of those tokens that Strauss did, and I can summon you out of where you're at and put you somewhere else?
He just kind of looks at you. What tokens?
And God, what was the thing that he gave me? God, what was it called? In order to summon him, I can't remember what that thing was
Do
called.
you present that?
Yeah, I'm going to show him that, along with the one I keep in the same pocket as the one for Breeze. So
He kind of like tilts his head. Good thought. But you don't technically bring Strauss here. You bring him. If I were to give you a piece of me, you would bring me there to aid you, but you don't really I'm there, but I'm not there.
Like a
When
fraction
you,
of yourself transposes there.
yes, when you dismiss me, I would come back here. I don't know. Do you... I doubt any of you have a way to move a mountain.
What about a ritual in of itself? I'll address Killian. Like the magic you did to find out where they were. Could we, with time and preparation, do something similar to even move him a foot forward through the mountain?
Actually, yes. Yes, I could. I just need to restore my magic.
I mean,
My,
he's a giant elemental tortoise, so I don't know how well it would work, but that's an idea.
I would need to restore my magic, he says.
yeah, I'm a little tapped out at the moment. Running out of mojo here. But, huh?
I think we all need to rest, but maybe I can help with that too.
Yeah, I can move things from one place to another.
I don't think we have enough inventory points to tent up.
No.
I have 3.
We need 4 for a tent.
Yeah.
Does anyone have 1?
No.
Okay.
I have 2.
Are you allowed to
Did we-
pool them?
Um,
I don't know how that works.
I don't think there's anywhere in the rules that flat out says you can't. So
Characters are not
If
allowed
you-
to redistribute inventory points
Nope.
amongst themselves.
Never
well,
mind.
Joe nixed that one. No, you guys would need
Okay,
your
that's-
own
Joe,
inventory.
dang it! Rules
I just-
lawyer Joe.
Sorry.
But I
oh, you know
Jeez,
what, though? All right. I got 5 fabula points. I want to spend a fabula point, do some searching, and find something that would work just as well as an inventory tent.
Mm.
Set up
Build
camp
a solid
using a,
lean-to.
yeah, set up camp using a fabula point.
Okay. Yeah, you spend a fabula point and you are
Nice.
able to find like a cave in the side of grave.
Grave.
Yeah.
And you enter in there and just you guys get a nice long sleep. I assume all of you go to sleep at this point. Set up, throw out your bedrolls, probably cook a little dinner. You guys are just relaxing around the fire. As you drift off to sleep, Janus, what is the most peaceful place that Janus would... Like if Janus were in a place that was purely peaceful, no stress, no worry, where would it be?
Probably the last time he could think of that he was purely peaceful was in his childhood home as a 7-year-old.
All right, in your dream, you're not 7 years old, but you are in your childhood home. You're in your room that you grew up in. You're dreaming of laying in that bed, but you're the size that you are now. Humanoid. As you're laying there, you see a bright light from beyond the door to your old childhood room. Almost as if, in those movies where there's a door and there's light coming through all the cracks, super bright.
Right.
You dream of the door with those lights around every crack. And you know how in a dream your vision will tunnel to something? That's exactly what's happening.
Assuming I can move within my dream, I'm going to slowly approach the door and reach for the doorknob.
So, in most dreams, you just cut scenes. You don't actually go through a door. dreams are weird. As you touch the handle, you are in a room. I wouldn't even call it a room. It's a vast openness. Nothingness around you. Everything is white. But there is a bright light in front of you. This entity. No face, no physical features, just a bright light. There you are.
Yeah, here I am. Reaching for the sword that's not actually on my back because I'm in a dream.
Your sword is not there. You just hear a faint chuckle as you reach. Don't worry, we're in your dreams. I can't harm you here.
Forgive me for not being so trusting.
This is your dream. I'm just visiting.
And who, pray tell, is visiting?
I'm less of a who and more of a what. Sometimes.
Readjust.
I'm not really a thing. I'm more of a concept.
Oh,
Everything
God.
in the universe has order to it. I'm that concept, made manifest.
I have to file paperwork for this dream.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
Am I going to have to file paperwork for this dream?
As far as I remember, you forsook my teachings. So no paperwork for you.
Thank gods. Other than you.
Why did you leave? You were so meticulous and good at your job.
The people that used your teachings started warping or utilizing them for self-gain, slaughtering innocents, conquering land that didn't belong to them. The norm.
So you are trying to bring true order.
I'm at least trying to stop them from doing their worst. If I'm mad at whatever you are, it's just because you're letting it happen.
As stated, I'm nothing more than a concept. I don't have any power.
Then you're less powerful than you think you are.
This point, a face appears. Almost like in those old cartoons where a face will appear in the sun. The face appears. I never claimed to have power. That was attributed to me. I can do nothing. I can achieve nothing. I'm literally manifested because of people believing. Most power comes from belief. Do with that information as you will. I think it's morning, and he disappears as your eyes open and the sun has risen and it is coming in through the cave. Felt like a 5-minute dream and you were actually asleep the entire time.
I hate dreams like that.
Yeah, you have your health back and all your stuff, but you don't feel rested. You feel like crap. Like one of those nights where you're like, I definitely slept 8 hours. I definitely should feel better. I don't feel better.
It's giving the restotrons and chrono triggers like you're well rested, but you're still hungry.
So the morning has come and the four of you have your health and your mana back.
Yay.
I am not one to know how to utilize the magics, but I can contribute in my energy if you know a way to siphon it from me.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, whoever does the spells.
Well, my idea is a little bit less intense than the last ritual.
Okay.
And I'm just going to shift into Arcanum of the Gate form. So have my coat turn black and, get the starry field in it. Get the whole space theme with the hair, the beard, and the eyes be all glowy. And the idea that I have here, and it's based on the wording, and it is a little rules lawyery, but warp. I can teleport myself and up to 5 willing creatures to a location previously visited that is within 1 day's worth of travel. The idea is I'm going to blink Grave out of his confinement and just shift him. Just shift him over into an area large enough to have his body but not be imprisoned with the dismiss effect. Oh. And yeah. Because he'd be willing.
3, 4.
He would be willing. The problem I'm having with that is like his entirety is like a day. Like to go from his head to his ass would take a day or more. So like I'm
what if
like I'm torn on the fact because like you're a willing creature to teleport would be like a couple people close to you. This is like trying to move a whole mountain. So
okay.
I'm wavering there. Like,
all right,
sell it to me a little. Like, try to sell me something.
All right, so I hear you. What if I break one of my seals for my ruin to accomplish it?
Done.
Oh.
I would have started with a fabulous point.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say that you broke it willingly. I'm gonna say the stress of this warp breaks one. Is what it does. You feel it break as you guys teleport. So the 4 of you in Grave, poof, just poof to the outside of the mountain. And he is free, standing. But what do the seals look like when they break?
So,
like,
they're like
I don't
rings?
think it's anything anybody but you would see, though.
No, I mean, they could be. I kind of think of them just as like rings around my arms, going up with one last one, kind of like a necklace, and it would just shatter. Like, it just looks like space matter, stars, and it would just kind of poof, like shatter in a group of like sparks.
Okay. How many of those rings are there? I'm looking it up right
there's
now.
9. 8, 9.
I know it's an odd number. For the 9th time. Yep.
Yeah.
So I will say it's up to you if it's like something everyone can see or not.
On a 1, sure. On a 2, no. Nope.
Okay.
I'm the only one that sees
you
it.
see it, however, as that ring just bursts and this dust kind of like drifts back into the sky. Grave is standing for it, like as his legs push him up. So, you know the sound like when wood will get cold and it just starts like popping? That is the sound. You're just hearing bang, bang. You just see pieces of him. Like, it almost looked like growth on his joints just breaking off and falling to the ground as he stands up and just cracks his neck. Free at last. Now I can defend myself.
Oh, thank God.
What can I do to repay all of you?
Help finding your compatriots. We have a lead on Breeze.
Breeze. Let me get my notes to remember what the hell I named that fire elemental.
Striker. We
Striker,
don't
that
have
was
an
it.
idea other than Striker likes warm things.
Breeze is in the floating citadel. It moves a lot. Breeze is the least. Breeze out of the four of us is the one that likes people the least. That's why he stays away in the sky. Last I knew, he would take people. He's not kind. And Stryker, if he were attacked as I were, he would be fighting back. He was always the most hot-headed of us. Find the volcano. A volcano. Stryker likes places that are warm.
Do you have a rough idea which volcano he would be at?
There are no volcanoes around here. You would have to go to the other side of the continent. And he points west. The Great Mountains. The great volcano there. Stryker created it. It would be his home.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Allow me to give you all one final parting gift. At this point, Killian, a piece of rock falls off of him and just drifts towards you. It looks very similar to Arcanum that you've had before.
Okay.
Like the other, it's basically an Arcanum piece.
Okay.
This one in particular. Let me find the one I wanted. Get ready to write this down. This is the Arcanum, the Grave Arcanum.
Hold on. I need to do a journal entry. Okay.
When you summon it, you and each of your allies gain resistance to earth damage. When you dismiss it, choose any number of creatures that you can see. They suffer 30 earth damage, and it ignores resistances.
30 ignores resistances. Okay.
And its domains are earth, protection, Earth and protection.
Okay. Anything else on that?
Nope, that'll be it. That's all that one does. Celine, what are your classes again?
Spiritist, Chimerist, and Orator.
Just as a piece of him floats down to you, it is a little piece of him. It has, the best way to describe it is like if you look at a human heart, it has like the veins going on it. This almost looks like a piece of his heart. Increase your maximum mind points by 10.
Wow.
Woohoo!
And I will have Janus's and John's gift from him when we come back in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
And that will be this session. We have some end of session stuff to do. Since I'm already on Rune. Well, first, let's level up. Let's do all that stuff first. Or calculate them. Then we'll get to our new level, and then we'll do all the end of session stuff, because Killian's goes off of level. So, I spent 5 Ultima points.
Yep.
2 Fabula for me.
1 Fabula for me.
Pretty sure I went to 3.
All right, so we're at 1. So that would be 9 total. Fabula points. So divided by 4, that's going to be 2 experience. You're going to get 5 experience from the Ultima points.
And then the base is 5 as well, right?
Yep, then the base is 5. So you get 12 total. What does that put you at experience-wise?
19.
Yeah, we're just going to give you that 1 extra. You all go up 2 levels.
Nice.
Woo!
Not going to piddle around with 1 XP off. So you are all reset. You gain 2 levels. What level does that put you guys at?
10.
10.
10.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the remaining?
Eric, roll.
What's the remaining?
What?
What's the remaining experience after those 2 levels?
0.
0.
Okay.
Eric, your end of session stuff. You roll 2d20.
Mm-hmm.
You roll equal to or lower than your current health. Another seal breaks.
Yup.
Is it current health or current level?
Current level.
Okay.
Current level. All right, here we go. Nope, we're good.
Oh yeah, you're good.
That was a little close for comfort with one of them being a 7.
Yup.
It sure was. Beautiful. So, Celine, I'm gonna say that you probably.
I think I worked towards the prophecy this time. Pretty sure.
Yeah, you acted in accordance to the prophecy. Fulfill your hit points, mind points, and recover from all status effects.
Woohoo!
Good. That one's pretty simple. John doesn't have one, and I'm pretty sure that Janus gets a subversion point.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I would very much say you get a subversion point. If you didn't, I would say there was a problem.
Right?
And the enemies are escalating to level 10s.
Oh no.
The environment has adapted to your new level. So fights will be harder. And with that, thank you anyone who is watching. We appreciate you. This has been Welcome to Cappy Terra. This was a very combat heavy session, but I think it went very well and had some epic moments in it. I'm Steve. That's Eric. This has been Ronin's Den. Stay put or stay tuned on the channel here. We are going to be doing more character builds and more class breakdowns. We have done everything through F in the core rulebook except the Entropist, which will be posted next week. So thank you all. Have a good night. Thanks all of our guests for being here.